What is up, everybody? This is Charisma. We're going to talk about the brand new Easter update in Roblox Lootify. So we're going to discuss all the details and such. So if you could hit that like, subscribe, and let's get into it. Okay, so we go to the top right, and this is where we get a lot of the information. We have version 2.15. It says accessories now have random prefixes that affect attribute bonuses. Transmog added to the index, except weapons. Shatter Easter eggs in battlefields for surprises. Rabbit. Merchant gifts and more events next week. Rebirth 39 and level 3,572 cap are live. Online rewards replaced with a board game format. And they made some optimizations and such. But one of the biggest things that they added is they have Mr. Hopper's Easter area. And if you come over here and you click on the store, you get these currencies, which I'll show you how you can get. And with the currencies, you can buy different things. You can buy equipment. You can get lucky boxes, which gives you just random things. You can get shards with the Lumina, which is the new hero. You get some cool little stuff right here, armor and such, and then we get into like the better items down here. And then you can actually buy them out. You can buy Fluffy, or you can buy the Easter Phoenix. So we have all these different things. So let's talk about it. So this is it's a nice little update that they came out with that gives us more variety to get more things. Maybe you want some more golden keys, so you grind and get the eggs, and then you get a golden key, or maybe you want some more potions and such. Now, when it comes to Lumina, it is a new hero, and you might be thinking, well, by golly, like, I have to, like, try this one out. Well, I reached out on Discord, and people are saying it's not good. That Prophet is the best, and Dinblade, but you do not want Lumina. And I'm just telling you this now, because what happens is, let's say you get Lumina and you switch. If you have like the Prophet, yeah, you keep all the stats for the Prophet. So if you're like mastery level 20, you'll stay mastery 20 when you switch back to the Prophet. But the downfall is you got to recollect all those shards again to be able to re-unlock the Prophet. So if you switch from the Prophet to Lumina and you're like, Lumina sucks, I do not like Lumina. And let's say if you go over to your items, and you see right here, let's say you only have 6 out of the 45. Now you got to do some grinding again, and you're stuck with one that sucks. The point is make sure when you switch heroes that you are 100% understanding that this could be a crappy character, and it might take me some time to get back to my old one. So, since they don't allow from like switching back and forth between heroes, I thought about doing it, but I don't want to go through all the whole hassle when I hear that it sucks. I don't want to grind to level 20 for a character that sucks. I've been grinding for the past couple of days for the Prophet, and the Prophet's really nice, but it takes forever to get to Mastery 20. I'm at Mastery 12, and I've been doing stuff for hours, just grinding. So you definitely be careful when switching heroes and such, but maybe you're more early game to mid game. You might collect these eggs, which I'll explain in a moment how to get them, and you might, this stuff might be of use. Now, to someone like me, if I look right here, this is 3,446 for that level, and it's 31 damage. If I go over here, this is 3,317, so a low level, and it has more damage, 38 million, compared to, what was it, 34? Or 31? So you can see, like, right now, before you like, oh, this is a cool item, like, I need to buy this. Just be aware, like, check the stats on it, because it does have a high critical rate. 10% is pretty nice. But the damage is lower, but the level is higher, so you don't want that, because that basically, if the max level is 3,600, just throwing the number out there, this is closer to being maxed out, and it has lower damage versus this one that's lower level, and it has more damage. So by the time this is maxed out, it's going to be way higher than the one from the Easter one. But if you're more of a middle ground player or early ground player, and you're not have the best loot, and you say you have a bunch of eggs, like right now, let's say you have 50 million with your helmet, and you have over 100. It might be beneficial in that moment to just buy this, or like right here, 189 million, for only 100. If you have over 100 eggs and your highest weapon's only like 90 million, then yeah, this is a good steal. Like, this is a good one. But if you're like towards my end, none of these really help out that much, because their level is a lot closer to the max. So their damage will only go up so much higher. So now let me show you how to get the good old eggs. So it's simple. I haven't tried on different worlds. I assume it works on different worlds, I would think. But let's say we'll go over here to the, where I can pick the different areas. We won't do the final boss level because the final boss level is actually a little bit trickier now, a little bit more difficult. You know what? We'll do it. We'll do it. Because they added 2 new little bosses at the end of the round. They're called like cloppers or something. And they can spawn bunny rabbits. They can be a little bit difficult. But you can get a lot of rewards from them. So let's see, I don't think I have any right here. Yeah, so okay, so right here, this is what you get. You can get some lucky boxes from them, and if you just open them, you can get like random stuff, relics. So I got 20 relics. I got a sea bass I can sell for crystals. We're gonna click this. And I'm going to show you how the egg system works. So once you start killing enemies, you'll see eggs start spawning just like that. And then when you destroy it, you have to just destroy it before the enemies are dead or it'll go to the next wave. You get these egg coins, which you can then use as currency to buy the special weapons and such. So yeah, and it's like really not hard now. The tricky part is when enemies are rushing you and you're trying to destroy an egg, sometimes they'll all die. And you won't be able to kill the eggs quick enough, and you won't be able to yep, it's like that. I was able to get 1, but I could have got more. So now I'll show you in this final round. It's very tricky with the it's like a big boss and then like a little mini boss. So now since there's an archer and it's just him, he can just stand back and hit me, and I'll just tank it and then just get some more rewards. And sometimes you'll get some nice goodies, but sometimes like right here, he's a little too close. I don't want to kill him. Boom, kill the egg, just like that. And sometimes you get some lucky boxes and then kill them, and then boom, just like that. So I got a couple right there. I haven't really found anything too crazy that I would want from the store. Maybe the mount, just for it looks dope, for the aesthetic. But yeah, so yeah, you can kill these eggs and just rush in. Since it's only 1 enemy left, I can just get a bunch. Oh no. Okay. So it's really nice because sometimes you'll destroy like 3 or 4 at once, and it's like you get a bunch of goodies. So I think the update is definitely good. I think it's more so better for beginners to middle ground players. People that are more higher up, like I have 38 rebirths. It's not as good for me. But okay, so now we got this big boss right here. And they have both, like, there's 2 of them, and they both have, like, 207. Oh, crap, I do not want to tank. I want to try to kill these enemies as quick as possible, because he does a lot of damage. So, basically, you just kind of have to run around and just, like, position them, and just let your mushrooms just take out a bunch of damage. Oh, crap, I do not want to send that over there. Just like that, kind of takes them down. And once you kill the gloppers, then the bunnies will die. So I do not want to. I want to kill the. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I killed that one archer. So it's. Oh, jeez, oh, Pete. And then now he's getting hit. So you can see he's just taking. Oh my gosh, he just hit me with the Mike Tyson left hook, dude. So I want to send that at him. It gets a little hard. Like before this update, like I could solo him easily with just my first ability, and I have 2 abilities, and it gets a little close. Like sometimes. Because sometimes he'll just dash at you and take 1 good hit. Get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. And then, oh yeah. So he's almost dead though. Oh my gosh, see, he just, okay, now he's dead. So now I can just focus on them. And then, they don't do a lot of damage, but if I get too close and try to start taking hits, they will kill me. But just like that. Just start spawning them. So you just have to like run and just let your mushrooms do a lot of damage. Just like that. And then he's almost dead. Boom. Just like that, and the round ends. And we're golden. And we get a bunch of rewards and such. So then we come over here, go to our items. We did not get any lucky ones, but I will open up these crates. Just in case, you know, never know what you can get. Ooh, 100 relics. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. And then we go over here, so I have 203. I could buy a bunch of random stuff. Again, I don't know. 1,500, that's going to take a hot minute. I don't know. Do these give special stats, or is it just purely cosmetic? Even if it's purely cosmetic, it still looks cool, and it's still gonna be seasonal. So But yeah, it's not a bad update. There's also another thing that they added. So they have this lucky board game, and you can roll it. So 7 or 6. I got a lucky 3 potion. I do like it as an added thing. There are some things that are definitely, if you're more on the lower end, I wonder if it scales differently. Like if you're like, in the more beginning level, I would assume the rewards are not a radiant gem, but I could be wrong, or like something really this high. But it's not bad. Like you can get, lucky 3 potion, respin, you get a gem, get some of that. So not bad. I like what they're adding. They're adding a little bit more things. I wish they would add a little bit more ways of getting just slightly more gems. You can do like quests and such. I think was it like daily quests, just like that, like kill 300 enemies, and you can fish and stuff. But a lot of times, if you don't have a lot of time, you can't just really fish and combat. So it's like, do you fish and get a bunch of gems, or do you combat, get your XP up, get your mastery up, but also get a little bit of gems on the way? You're probably gonna go with that option. That's usually what I go with. Until they add if they add like a game pass where it's like auto fishing, then that would be cool. But I could see it kind of breaking the game a little bit, because if you just AFK, get a bunch of rewards and then sell them, you get a lot of crystals. But I think they have like a 300 per day limit. So actually, what if they added a auto fishing? That wouldn't be bad at all, because if you capped it at 300 per day, that's really not like a crazy amount that can like break the game, especially since there's no trading in the game. So yeah, I like where they're going with this update. Good stuff. Nice little seasonal update. So let me know what your guys' thoughts are, and you guys all have a good one.